indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show where the aim of the game is to avoid the obvious answers and find the obscure ones. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
I'm Peter, this is Willis. We're a father and son team from Westcliff-on-Sea in Essex.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Simon. This is my wife, Camilla, and we are from Worcester.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Lucy. This is my dad, Kev, and we're from Plymouth.
And finally, couple number four.
Hello, I'm Helena, and this is my stepson, Tom, and we're from Rotherham.
And these are today's contestants. Well done, everyone. Lovely to have you with us. Thanks so much for coming along. A very warm welcome to Pointless. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce, here to outline facts it's hard to remember. With a face it's impossible to forget. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
We've got three returning pairs, and they're all in exactly the same place they were last time, which is freaking me out.
Yeah.
I have to say. Podium one, Peter and Willis, welcome back. Knocked out in round one last time. That's not going to happen again. Surely. Cam and Simon, head-to-head, and they were on podium two last time.
Pretty good.
Podium four, Helena and Tom got knocked out in round two. They were on podium four. And then we've got Kevin and Lucy, who I see very much as the new Jim and Chris from last time.
Yes.
Don't you think? And it went well for Jim and Chris, so...
Did, up to a point.
Well, they beat everyone here. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's essentially all I'm saying.
Well, Jim and Chris, it went so well up to that last round when I'm afraid they didn't win the jackpot. So we're going to add another £1,000 to it. So today's jackpot starts off at £2,250. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, well, usual advice to start the round, just keep your scores low. Remember that, you're going for the low scores, not the high. Best of luck. Our first category today is pop music. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns acts that have had 3 UK #1 singles in a year. Richard.
On each board, we're going to show you 3 songs at a time. They were all UK #1 singles in the same year for the same artist, but which artist, please? So you can see 7 groups of songs on the first board, 7 groups of songs on the second board, 14 in all. Which artists had these 3 #1s in the UK charts, according to the official charts company?
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Let's display our first board of 7 trios of songs and the years in which they were hits. Who are the acts that had hits with these? Good Luck Charm, She's Not You, Return to Sender, 1962. Mamma Mia, Fernando, Dancing Queen, 1976. Atomic, Call Me, The Tide Is High, 1980. Swing the Mood, That's What I Like, Let's Party, 1989. Pray, Relight My Fire, Babe, 1993. How'd You Do It, I Like It, You'll Never Walk Alone, 1963. And Boom Boom Pow, I Got a Feeling, and Meet Me Halfway, 2009. I'll read those all again. Good Luck Charm, She's Not You, Return to Sender, 1962. Mamma Mia, Fernando, Dancing Queen, 1976. Atomic, Call Me, The Tide Is High, 1980. Swing the Mood, That's What I Like, Let's Party, 1989. Pray, Relight My Fire, Babe, 1993. How'd You Do It, I Like It, You'll Never Walk Alone, 1963. And Boom Boom Pow, I Got a Feeling, and Meet Me Halfway, 2009. There we are. Willis, welcome back to the show. Remind us all about yourself, Willis.
So when I'm not being a chauffeured window cleaner, I am often watching West Ham play. Most recently, I was actually best man at Dad's wedding in Italy.
Now, that's fun. Best man at the wedding. How did the speech go?
It went really well, actually. Managed to get a few videos from celebrities to play in it. I did ask Richard on Twitter, but he didn't reply.
That's the thing you must get asked most is, can you do a video for someone's wedding?
Yeah, that is true.
Which I always do if someone... actually, that's a lie, I never do.
Who's the most exciting celeb you got?
I had a few ex-West Ham players. I had a couple of actors from The Office. I won't say who they were in case the question comes up.
Oh, you don't want to give anything away?
Definitely not.
Why, were they quite good, pointless answers?
But Carlton Cole was quite a good one.
Very good. Oh, well done. Very good. Now, Willis, the board. How are you liking this? Are you feeling confident?
There's definitely a couple that I know. I think I'm going to go with the most recent one for the bottom one and say the Black Eyed Peas.
OK, Boom Boom Pow, etc. Black Eyed Peas, says Willis. Let's see how many. About 100 people said the Black Eyed Peas. It's right. Good start to the round. There we go, 45, Willis, well done.
Very well played, Willis. Yeah, they had 5 #1 singles and all Black Eyed Peas. I Got a Feeling spent 109 weeks in the UK charts.
I can see why.
That's a
It's
a long time.
good song.
Can I also say, Peter, congratulations. Here you're getting married, mate, in Italy. Sending you all the very best. Have a great day. Better late than never, isn't it?
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Cam, welcome back.
Thank you.
Remind us all about yourself, Cam.
I'm a primary school teacher and I spend a lot of spare time up with my horse.
Do you now?
I do.
Do what, every day?
Oh,
You
yes,
ride
we go up every day, yes.
Do you
yes.
ride around a school?
Yes, we do. And this year I did my first show in 20 years and came third.
Very well done. What do you get? Do you get a rosette for that?
Oh, yes, a nice yellow
Nice.
rosette.
It's up in the tack room somewhere.
Oh, no, it's on my mirror in my bedroom.
I'm delighted to hear that. Now, Cam,
Yes.
the board.
I'm going to go for the third one down with Atomic, Call Me and The Tide Is High with Blondie.
Blondie, says Cam. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Blondie. Very well done. 45 total score we have at the moment. 61 for Blondie.
Very well played. They had a whole bunch of #1s. Blondie. They were my
Yeah.
favourites. That's my
They
first
were
real
great.
musical obsession, Blondie.
Thank you very much indeed. Lucy.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, Chris and Jim never said hi like that. How are you, Lucy? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Tell us all about yourself.
So I'm a supply teacher. I'm currently working up in Loughborough. I've just moved there. So I'm going around to lots of different schools at the moment and doing a bit of personal tutoring as well.
Well, that's quite fun.
Yeah.
So as a supply teacher, how long are you generally there? Is it for a week or just a day? Or
Just a day so far, but
Yeah.
it can go from half a term to just a morning. So, yeah, it changes every day, which is the joy of it, really, yeah.
And generally speaking, when you turn up, are the rest of the staff room always nice?
Oh, always,
That's
yeah.
nice.
Always greeted with a great big smile. At school I was in recently, I went into the staff room and there was a big Keith Lemon cutout, like, doing that at me. So I was like, I'm going to have fun here today.
That's a nice thing. OK, now, Lucy,
Yeah.
the board. Who had hits with these singles? What are you going to go for?
There was 4 I know, 2 of them have gone, so I'm going to go for the third one up, Pray, Relight My Fire and Babe, and say Take That.
Take That, says Lucy, for those 3. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Take That. Down it goes to 66. 66 for Take That.
Well played, Lucy. I bet Lucy's a very good supply teacher.
I bet she is.
I think back in our day, I don't know if things were different, but they were an unusual bunch. But if Lucy came in, you'd be like, oh, well, this is fun.
That's
Smile on her
nice.
face immediately.
Yeah.
They
weren't very
absolutely
smiley.
merciless
Yeah.
on a supply teacher. I bet they're nice these days, the kids, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, she's good. She's good. 12 #1 singles in all. Take That I've had.
There we are. 12 #1s. Tom,
Hi.
welcome back to the show. Tell
to
us
be back.
all about yourself once again, Tom.
So I've just finished my physics degree at the University of Sheffield, which was rather fun. I'm going into teacher training next year to teach physics up to GCSE level. And this summer, I'm just going to be walking my chocolate Labrador Stan.
Walking my chocolate. That's nice. Labrador Stan. I just, well, yeah. So, and the PGC you're going to be doing next year,
Yes.
presumably you, a little bit like Lucy, will get sort of flung out to schools
Yes.
variously.
We go into two separate schools of sort of contrasting environments.
Chance to meet lots of new people anyway.
Yeah.
You'll learn so much anyhow.
Yeah, it's a good
Tom,
experience.
You are going to be the last person to have this board. Do you want to dance down it and fill in all those blanks?
I can tell you the top 2. The first one, I think, is Elvis Presley, and the second one is ABBA. As for the other 2, I have no idea. But I'm going to go with Elvis Presley.
OK, Elvis Presley says Tom. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Elvis Presley for the top one. It's right. And look at that, down to 53. There we are. 53 for Elvis. Not a bad choice there, Tom.
Yeah, not a bad choice. A couple of those, less well-known Elvis songs, I suspect. Return to Sender, The Big Clue. He's had 76 top 10 singles, Elvis. more than anyone else, 76. Isn't that amazing? Lucky you went for Elvis instead of ABBA. You're right about ABBA, but take a look at this score. 99. 99. How about that? Now, from 1963...
Jerry and the Pacemakers.
Jerry and the Pacemakers, yeah. Would have scored you 32. And the best answer, they shone briefly but brightly, this band. You'll all remember them. You'll remember them. Jive Bunny.
Ah, it's Jive Bunny.
Jive Bunny and the Master Mixers. 4 points for that. Well done if you said that.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. What about that, Willis? What about that? 45, the lowest score of the past. Very well done. Then over to 53, not bad there, Tom. Then up to 61, where we find Cam and Simon. Then 66 is where we find Lucy and Kev. So, Kev, a little bit ahead there. Nice low score from you. Could just keep you in the game for round 2, so good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 7 more trios of songs up on the board, and here they come. All number ones, these. I Believe, Hey Joe, Answer Me, 1953. C'est la vie, Roller Coaster, To You I Belong, 1998. Come On, Feel the Noise, Squeeze Me, Please Me, Merry Christmas, Everybody, 1973. Relax, Two Tribes, The Power of Love, 1984. Wannabe, Say You'll Be There, Two Become One, 1996. Swear It Again, If I Let You Go, Flying Without Wings, 1999. And God's Plan, Nice for What, In My Feelings, 2018. I'll read those all again. I Believe, Hey Joe, Answer Me, 1953. C'est la vie, Roller Coaster, To You I Belong, 1998. Come On, Feel the Noise, Squeeze Me, Please Me, Merry Christmas, Everybody, 1973. Relax, Two Tribes, The Power of Love, 1984. Wannabe, Say You'll Be There, Two Become One, 1996. Swear It Again, If I Let You Go, Flying Without Wings, 1999. And God's Plan, Nice for What, In My Feelings, 2018. Helena, welcome back.
Hello.
Now then, it was round 2.
It was.
We said goodbye to you last time. So, yes, let's hope you can get a nice low score, soar through this round, through round 2 and into the head-to-head. Remind us all about yourself.
Yes, well, my day job's a police officer, but I also, I'm the treasurer for my local church as well.
How much time does that take?
Not too much. 1 day a week, if that.
No, well, it's sort of nice. Nice keeps you in the community.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's where I met the Noahs.
It's where you met the Noahs?
Yes. We're just a group of friends who named ourselves in honour of Noah. You might like this. Who was the first person, according to the Bible, to plant a vineyard. So
so what, you're growing wine?
We meet and drink wine.
There we are. Good. Well, that sounds fantastic. Now then, Helena, there you are on 53. What are you going to go for on this board? Lovely new board there.
Well, I was having a conversation with some of my family at the weekend, and they always said to me, go new, because they're the better answers. So I'm going to go new and go for the 2018 God's Plan, Nice for What and In My Feelings, and say Drake.
Drake, says Helena. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said Drake. There's your red line, just for, this stage of the game. That's a formality, really. Drake's a good answer. It's also the lowest scoring answer of the round so far by a margin. Down it goes to 16. We shall be seeing you in round 2.
That's a great answer, Helena. Yeah, he's spent so long at number 1, Drake, over the years. 15 weeks in a row with one dance, which was as long as Love Is All Around. Wet, wet, wet.
Goodness. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Kev, welcome.
Afternoon.
Welcome. Tell us all about yourself, Kev.
I'm Kev. I'm from Plymouth. I'm a self-employed kitchen fitter.
How long does it take you to fit the kitchen generally?
The first week is the demolition and the plastering and getting everything structurally done. The second week I go in, usually a week to a week and a half, and then the decorating and flooring after that. So about a month in total for the whole project.
Do you know, if you weren't fitting my kitchen, I would actually want to spend every day just watching.
Pull up a chair. People have done it.
Do you know, I just love it. I find anyone who comes around to do anything, even if they're just painting, I just come and watch. And they just must think it's quite weird.
I love people like that.
Oh, no. Yeah, not in the way at all.
No.
Do you prefer it if people just then come and see it when it's finished?
You need somewhere in between. You need contact with the customer to find out their preferences for things, but not basically somebody sat on your shoulder for a week and a half is not the best fun.
I love sitting on someone's shoulder. Kev, you are on 66. We need a low score from you here.
Yes, OK. I know a few of them, some are a bit more dodgy than others, but I'm going to go for the second one down, C'est la vie, Roller Coaster, and To You I Belong, and say Bewitched.
Bewitched, says Kev. There's your red line, very, very low at this stage, but let's see what happens when we say bewitched. It's not bad, Kev. There we go, 31. 97 is your total.
That was their first 3 singles as well, all went into #1, as did their fourth one. Their fourth one, in fact, knocked Boyzone off the #1 slot. It's the first time ever in chart history that an Irish act has replaced another Irish act.
Wow.
Wow.
What about that? Green on green.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Simon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome back. Simon, good afternoon to you. Remind us all about yourself, Simon.
I'm a store assistant at my local discount supermarket, and my hobby, stroke obsession, is my Land Rover, which I absolutely love.
That's amazing. What do you get up to with your Land Rover? What...
Well, I'm thinking about going off-roading in it, because that's what it's basically for. But we also use it to tow the horse box, because my dear wife is obsessed with her horse, so...
Good. Simon, 61 is your score. 35 or less is your target.
I'm going to go for Relax, Two Tribes, The Power of Love, Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood says, Simon, here is your red line. What happens when we say Frankie Goes to Hollywood? It's good. Down it goes to 58. That takes your total up to 119.
Yeah, what a year for Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Briefly, while Two Tribes was #1, Relax was #2 as well, so they had the top 2. Amazing.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Peter. Peter, welcome back. Hello. Remind us all about yourself, Peter.
You may or may not have heard, I recently got married.
Congratulations.
Yeah. What do you mean? I heard. I sent you that lovely video. You remember?
I'm a sales manager. In our spare time, we go and watch West Ham quite a lot.
Season ticket holders?
Willis's, I used to be.
Well, you just didn't have time to go, or you, in disgust, you...
Hate the new stadium.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I will go and watch them now and again, but I won't enjoy it. I refuse to enjoy
I will not enjoy it. Willis, what's the new stadium actually like?
Oh, it's not good at all, but I can't just stay at home and not watch them play.
They're in the old Olympic Stadium.
Of course, yeah.
It's too big, right?
Too big.
Yeah.
Well, so the atmosphere's just a bit...
Well, it's just not a football stadium, it's an athletic stadium.
OK, these are sore wounds, I know. We'll move on, we'll move on. Peter, now, brilliant low score from Willis. Brilliant low score from Willis, 45, which means 73 or less gets you into the next round. Do you fancy talking us through this board?
Yeah, the answers came in the order that I would have given them, which was pretty annoying. I don't know the top one. I think I know Hey Joe as a song, but I just can't think of who sang that. Slade is the next one down. Spice Girls, I would imagine, will be the highest answer. And the next one is either Boyzone or Westlife, I think, but I'm not confident enough to go for one or the other. So I'm going to have to go for Slade.
You're going to go for Slade for 1973. Let's see if that's right. Here's your red line. Nice and high. You've got to hope Slade would get you below that. Let's find out. How many of our 100 people said Slade? It's right. Done it. Very well done indeed. 63. Good enough. Willis got you through there. 108 your total.
Very nicely played. Peter did very well to avoid Spice Girls as well. Spice Girls would have seen you knocked out with 80 points. Spice Girls. It was Boyzone or Westlife.
I don't know.
You had to choose.
Oh, 1999. I'm going to say Westlife.
Westlife is the answer.
That's good.
Would have scored you 46, and the best answer by a mile on this board. Very well done. If you said Frankie Lane, 3 points for Frankie Lane.
Thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure.
Well, we find ourselves in a pretty predicament here. At the end of round 1, Simon and Cam are our high scorers. I'm so sorry.
That's OK.
We've literally just welcomed you back.
That's all right.
Got the party started, and you've got to leave.
Never mind.
There
We've
we
had a
are.
great
Well,
time.
it's
Yeah,
been lovely
had a
having
great
you.
time.
Thank you so much for
Thank
playing.
you.
Simon and Cam. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Well done, everybody. Welcome to round 2. Well, Peter and Willis made it through, which is fabulous. Well done. Helena, you were our lowest individual scorer. Actually, Helena and Tom are our lowest team scorers as well. So well done on the far podium over there. Anyway, our category for round 2, best of luck to all 3 of you, is Shakespeare. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Shakespeare play titles containing at least one of the letters R, S or C as they could. Richard.
Yep, simply looking for any of Shakespeare's 38 plays as listed on the RSC website as of May 2019, please, that contain one of those letters in its title.
Thank you very much, Richard. Willis, it's over to you.
Last time when we said food was our worst category, I think I said that a bit too soon. Shakespeare's not the best for us.
Okay.
Got a couple in mind.
OK.
I think they're going to be quite high scoring though. So I'm just going to say Macbeth.
OK, Macbeth says Willis. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Macbeth. Right. Down it goes to 46. 46, off to a good start for the round.
Yeah, it's got a C in it.
Yeah.
It's, if anyone's studying that for GCSE, I don't know if that's helpful.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Kev.
Yes, I've got a few in mind. I'm going to try and go for one that may be a bit more obscure. Troilus and Cressida.
Troilus and Cressida. Yes, exactly. I think it justifies one of those sorts of noises. Troilus and Cressida. Let's see how many of our 100 people agree with Kev. It's right. 46 is the only score we have, and you pass it. It's a very good one. Well done, Kev. Down that goes to 4 for Troilus and Cressida.
Well played, Kev. That's got all of those letters in it as well, Troilus and Cressida.
Amazing.
If you wrote it today, you just called it Tressida, right?
Yeah.
You put people's like Brangelina.
Tressida.
Yeah, that's what they used to call Troilus and Cressida when they used to hang out.
Thank you very much. Now, Tom.
Hi.
We're looking for any of Shakespeare's plays with an R, S or C in their titles. What are you going to go for?
Well, as a physicist, literacy is not my strong point, but I'm going to go for Midsummer Night's Dream.
OK. A Midsummer Night's Dream, says Tom. Let's see how many of our 100 people said A Midsummer Night's Dream. It's right, and it goes down to 39. Well done. 39.
2 S's and 2 R's. That's what we call a good answer for a physicist.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much. We're halfway through the round. 4, Kev. Very well done indeed. Troilus and Cressida's put you right at the top of the tree. 39's where we find Tom and Helena. 46, where we find Willis and Peter. Peter, nice low score from you. Just what we need. So good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? So, Helena, remember, any Shakespeare play that has either an R, an S, or a C in its title.
Yes, Kev pinched my answer. So I'm hoping I've got the title of this one right. Is Timon of Athens?
Timon of Athens, says Helena. Sounds like a much better answer. Let's find out, though, how many of our 100 people said it. There's your red line. There we are. Well, you've traded in 39 for 2. Timon of Athens, very well done indeed. 41 is your total. You are through.
And that's the way to play Pointless sometimes, is to forget the obvious answer you had, be forced into something else. So Timon of Athens is about a guy called Timon.
Yeah. Where's he from?
He is from Athens. He's a high school basketball coach.
Nice.
And his team, it's a real ragtag team he's got himself. Zac Efron stars in the film.
Nice. Lucy, what are you going to go for? Kev has set you up absolutely beautifully there.
I'm so relieved because I did English when I was doing my primary education degree and I should know way more than I do. So I'm going to go a little safe and say King Lear.
OK, King Lear, says Lucy. 41's what you need to score. Let's see what happens when we say King Lear. There's your red line. That's right. Well done, you're through. Not bad, down to 10 for King Lear. 14 your total.
Very nicely done. Yeah, that's about a king called Lear.
Kevin Bishop stars
in
the
as,
lead role
yeah.
as Lear.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Peter, this hurts. You are the high scorers. Even now, before you've given your answer. So, Peter, I'm sorry.
History repeating itself.
What are you going to go for? Well, listen, you've done twice as well as you did last time. It's great. What are you going to go for as your parting shot?
So the ones I would have, there's not going to be anything close to pointless. It will be, I would imagine, mid-20s, 30s, As You Like It, that kind of thing. Henry V.
Henry V. Henry V. Let's see how many of our 100 people said. I'm afraid there's no red line. You are already the high scorers. But let's see how many people said Henry V. It's not a bad score. Look at that. 10 for Henry V takes your total up to 56.
It's a good way to leave us, Peter. Well played. And As You Like It would have scored 12, so similar scores. There is a pointless answer. There's some low scorers as well. What would you have gone for here?
The pointless one, it sort of varies, doesn't it? It's either Two Noble Kinsmen or Cymbeline would be, I'd say would be the...
What would you go for?
I would go for Two Noble Kinsmen.
It is a pointless answer.
Yes!
Very well done. 1 point for all three parts of Henry VI, 1 point for Cymbeline, 1 point for All's Well That Ends Well. So 2 points was a terrific answer, Helena, with Timon of Athens. 2 points also, though, for Henry IV, Part 2, and for Pericles. Measure for Measure would have scored you 3 points. Shall we take a look at the top three scorers?
Yes.
One that most of our 100 people said. We've heard 2 of them already. There's Midsummer Night's Dream on 39. I'll get you to guess the top one, but you will, I'm sure. Macbeth would have scored you 46, and top by a mile.
It's give me Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet.
Starting with an R and all.
Starts with an R, and it's got 78 points.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So we find ourselves at the end of our second round, and we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs, Peter and Willis. I'm afraid it's you, high score of 56. It's been great having you on the show. Thank you so much for playing.
Thank
Peter
you.
and Willis.
Thank you.
But for the remaining two pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Very well done, Helena and Tom. Kev and Lucy, you're now one step closer to the final, and a chance to play for the jackpot, currently standing at £2,250. Now you answer as pairs. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Well, well, well. How things have turned around.
Oh, do you think?
Oh, yes.
I like a show where we've gone highbrow and lowbrow.
Yeah, that's nice.
We've done pop music and Shakespeare. Everyone here's proved themselves, haven't they?
That's nice. Spice Girls and Timon of Athens featuring on the same show.
That's
Nice.
lovely.
Nice. But this is interesting as well. I'd say the older generation have outshone themselves here. It's been amazing. Tom and Lucy, I think time to put your shoulders to the... What do you put your shoulder to?
The grindstone.
Ow, that's going to hurt.
Scrum.
That's
To
gonna
the wheel.
Shoulder to the... Yeah, shoulder to the... You know. Anyway, do that thing with your shoulders. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns fermented foods.
Delicious. Everyone's favourite types of food. We're going to show you 5 pictures now of foods which are fermented or have fermented ingredients. We'll give you alternate letters of their names as well, but what are these delicious fermented foods?
Thank you. OK, let's reveal our 5 fermented foods. Here they come. A, KMH. B, SUDUHBED. C, SRTOMN. D, KFR. And E, YGUT. There we are. Now, Helena and Tom, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first.
We'd like to go for A, kimchi, please.
Kimchi, say Helena and Tom. Now, Kev and Lucy, do you fancy talking us through the rest of that board?
Oh, if only we could.
I only know B and E. I think everyone knows that
I
one.
think
Should we go for B?
yeah, just go for the sourdough bread.
OK, sourdough bread. Sourdough bread. So we have kimchi and we have sourdough bread. Now, Helena and Tom have gone for kimchi for A. Let's see how many of our 100 people said kimchi. Kimchi's right. Down, that goes to 27. Meanwhile, Kev and Lucy have gone for sourdough bread for B. Let's see how many of our 100 people said sourdough bread. It's right. Ooh, popular choice there. 77, which means, well done, Helena and Tom. After one question, you're up 1-0.
It's one of those things people had never heard of 10 years ago. Now it's everywhere, isn't it? Sourdough bread. E, of course, is yoghurt. Yoghurt
Big score, surely.
97 points.
Good.
2 less popular than ABBA. Do you know D?
Kefir.
Kefir.
What's the mashed potato there?
That's mashed potato. 33 points for that.
Exciting.
And the best answer on the board, this is fermented herring from the Baltic Sea. It smells so bad you have to open it outside by law. And it is surströmming. Surströmming, of course. 3 points for that. Well done if you said that.
There we are. OK, thank you very much. Here's your second question. Now, Kev and Lucy, you have to win this one to stay in the game. Good luck. Our second question today is all about the middle initials of US presidents. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you the first and last names of various US presidents who are often known by their middle initial. We've missed out that middle initial. What is it, please?
Thank you very much. Let's reveal these US presidents. Here they come. We've got Richard Nixon, James Polk, Lyndon Johnson, Dwight Eisenhower, and Warren Harding. I'll read those all again. Richard Nixon, James Polk, Lyndon Johnson, Dwight Eisenhower, Warren Harding. Kev and Lucy will go first.
Yeah.
OK.
Go for Lyndon B. Johnson.
Lyndon B. Johnson, say Kev and Lucy. OK, now Helena and Tom, do you fancy talking us through the rest of that board?
I think we only know one for sure, do we? Which is Dwight D.
Yeah, I think
Eisenhower,
it's Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Shall we have a guess at something else? Then?
James Polk.
F.
What, sorry?
F.
I was thinking E.
Oh, right.
Should we go for Dwight D?
Yeah, go on.
Do you agree?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Dwight D. Eisenhower. So we have Lyndon B. Johnson and Dwight D. Eisenhower. Kev and Lucy have gone for Lyndon B. Johnson. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It's right. Lyndon B. Johnson, 57. Helena and Tom have gone for Dwight D. Eisenhower. Let's see if that's right. Let's see if they were right to decide to go for it. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. It's right. And it wins the point for you. Well done. Well done, Tom. Tactically, a shrewd move there. 37 to 57, which means Helena and Tom, well done. After only 2 questions, you are straight through to the final 2-0.
Yeah, Lyndon Baines Johnson and Dwight David Eisenhower. And that David has another part to play in American political history because his middle name was David, so his grandson was called David. And that's the David after whom Camp David, the presidential retreat, is named. Dwight D. Eisenhower's grandson. There
Goodness
you go.
me, what a nice little fact to
Isn't it
forget.
just? Yes.
I mean, I'd like to remember it. I won't.
Richard Nixon. Now, his middle name is...
Oh, I do know. Yes, exactly. Milhouse, yes.
Yeah, Milhouse. So Richard M. Nixon. We've just got 18 points there. If James Polk, it's Knox. So it's James K. Polk. Would have scored you 8 points. And do you know Warren Harding comes up quite a lot on this show?
Warren G.
G, exactly. And that is for Gamaliel.
Yes, of
Warren
course.
Gamaliel Harding.
Nice.
What a lovely name, isn't it?
It is, Gamaliel.
For a boy or a dog
or
a horse, I don't know. Gamaliel. 9 points, though. So James K. Polk is the best answer on that board. Very well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, Kev and Lucy, I'm afraid it's you. But that's good. You've done everything you needed to do in this show. You've walked the course. You now know exactly how it works. You'll be back next time. And I have a hunch you might be back in the head-to-head next time as well. Anyway, thanks so much for playing so well. Kev and Lucy. But for Helena and Tom, it's now time for the Pointless Final. Well done, Helena and Tom. You have seen off the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless Trophy. You now get a chance to win our Pointless Jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £2,250. Well, great teamwork. What do you want to see come up in this last round?
Rugby would be good.
Rugby would be good. Strictly contestants would be good. Music would be all right. We'll just get what we give them. We'll be fine.
That's nice. We'll get what we're given and we'll be fine.
Yes.
No one's ever said that before.
Ah, well.
And meant it. Well, as always, you get to choose from the 4 things we put up on the board. Today's selection looks like this. Word endings, sci-fi and fantasy film trilogies, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, The All Blacks. Ooh.
Ooh.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, what are you thinking? The All Blacks for you?
Well, yeah.
It's going to be New Zealand based, isn't it? But
Yeah, it's just whether I can get pointless answers on
yeah,
that.
we can rule out Mozart, can't we?
I could
Can
do.
you?
But again,
Be down
it'll
to you.
be any symphonies, which just naming
The other
numbers.
thing would be
Sci-fi and fantasy film
two
trilogies,
trilogies.
which would be something we could both have a go at.
Yeah,
Because I feel like it could be like cast members in.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
by process of elimination, it might have to be the film trilogy.
Okay,
Yeah,
film
sci-fi and
trilogies. Oh, I tell you what, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart that has been up there for nearly a century. Oh, for a moment, it was just going, woo, woo, me. Oh, no, Wolfgang.
You can stay there.
It's the trilogies.
It's a good category as well, this one. We're looking for anyone, according to IMDb, credited with appearing in all 3 episodes of the following trilogy. So anyone who was in all 3 of the X-Men films, from 2000 to 2006, anyone who was in all 3 of the original Star Wars trilogy, that's episodes 4, 5, and 6, or anyone who was in all 3 of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, please. So according to IMDb, anyone credited with being in all 3 films of a particular trilogy, and those are your 3 trilogies.
Thank you very much. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. You don't have to answer all 3 categories, just focus on whichever ones you like the look of. Are you ready?
As will ever be.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
So, X-Men films, we've got Patrick Stewart and the same guy who played Gandalf.
Yeah, but they're going to be too obvious. Do you not know anyone from The Lord of the Rings?
What, sorry?
The dwarf in The Lord of the Rings.
I don't know, there's Orlando Bloom in all 3 Lord of the Rings, but that's
a bit
too obvious. Star Wars trilogy, you've got Harrison Ford. X-Men films, you've got Patrick Stewart. Who plays Gandalf? That guy.
Yeah, but he's not going to be pointless.
Hugh Jackman, all 3 X-Men films.
Again, he's not going to be pointless. We need more obscure ones than that.
The Star Wars trilogy, we've got...
I can't think of any of the names, man.
Mark
My
Hamill.
mind's gone blank.
Yeah, Mark Hamill. Who's Princess Leia?
10 seconds left.
Well, but she's not going to be pointless anyway.
Where's where to go? Mark Hamill, Patrick Stewart.
No, Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. I think Peter Jackson.
OK, that, I'm afraid, is your time up. Let's have your 3 answers. What are you going to give me?
Going to guess that Peter Jackson cameoed in his own films. And say Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson for
the Lord of the Rings.
For the Lord of the Rings, yeah.
And then for Star Wars, we'll go from Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
We'll go for Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman for the... Sorry. Yes, just for formality's sake. Yeah. OK, there we are. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Maybe Peter Jackson.
OK, Peter Jackson, let's put him last, just in case. Least likely to be pointless?
Hugh Jackman.
Mark Hamill, probably.
OK, Mark Hamill, and then Hugh Jackman in the middle.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We've got Mark Hamill, Hugh Jackman, and Peter Jackson. Well, very, very best of luck. One of those answers, who knows, could turn out to be a pointless answer and win you that jackpot. 2,250 quid, nice jackpot to be taking home. Helena, what would you like to do with that if you were to win?
My husband's a really good cook and he does all the cooking in our house. So it'd be lovely to treat him to somewhere like Le Manoir.
Very nice indeed. Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Tom, how about you?
My brother's working in Indianapolis at the moment, and he'd got a plane ticket to go and visit him for a bit.
Lovely. OK, well, best of luck. 3 answers on the board. Let's hope one of them wins that jackpot. Your first answer is Mark Hamill. In this case, we were looking for any of the cast that appeared in all 3 of the first Star Wars films. Mark Hamill has to be pointless for you to win the jackpot, £2,250. How many people said Mark Hamill? That's right. There we go. Mark Hamill takes us down. We're below 50 with Mark Hamill. Just has to be pointless for you to win the jackpot. Down we go to 26 for Mark Hamill. Not a bad score, but not a pointless answer. So we move on to Hugh Jackman. In this case, we're looking for any of the cast of the first 3 X-Men films. Hugh Jackman will win you £2,250 if he's pointless. How many people said it? Hugh Jackman. Well, down we go with Hugh Jackman. It was 26 for Mark Hamill. Hugh Jackman takes us down to 29. Again, not a pointless answer. However, we're sort of venturing into pointless territory here, although it's a total guess. You're just wondering if Peter Jackson appeared in any of his films, and perhaps that would be a nice little-known cast credit. Let's find out if Peter Jackson is a pointless answer for the cast of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. How many of our 100 people said Peter Jackson? Is it right for £2,250? No, bad luck. Bad luck. Well, it turned out to be a rather trickier round than you anticipated there, and I'm afraid you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so you don't win today's jackpot, but you do get to take home a pointless trophy. So there we are. It hasn't been a fruitless journey.
Yeah, it was a good guess as well. He is in the films. He's not credited in them, though, and actually members of our 100 said his name anyway, so even if we'd accepted him, wouldn't have won you the money. But 2 of his children, Billy and Kate Jackson, both credited in the films, both pointless answers as well. Very well done if you said Billy Jackson or Kate Jackson. X-Men, then. Here were the pointless answers. You could have had Anna Paquin as a pointless answer. Very well done if you said that at home. Rebecca Romaine as a pointless answer, as is Sean Ashmore. Biggest scorers there were Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart. 1 point for James Marsden. Well done if you said that as a good answer. Now, the cast of Star Wars trilogy. There's 2 pointless answers here. Dennis Lawson, who's Wedge Antilles, the Scottish actor, who's in New Tricks and all sorts of things. Ewan McGregor's uncle. He's a pointless answer. And Jack Purvis, who plays different characters in all the films. Harrison Ford, the biggest scorer there. Carrie Fisher was Princess Leia. She scored more than Mark Hamill. And Anthony Daniels, 5. Alec Guinness, Dave Prowse and Kenny Baker, 3. Peter Mayhew would have scored 1. And Lord of the Rings. Some well-known actors here. Dominic Monaghan as a pointless answer. Hugo Weaving, a pointless answer as well. Lee Hartley and Salah Baker. And the other 2, as I say, were Billy and Kate Jackson. Elijah Wood and Ian McKellen were the big scorers there.
Thanks very much, Richard. And thanks very much, Helena and Tom. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That'll therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £3,250. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.